Hey everybody, welcome back to Alina of the Arena. On the last run, we got another W. We won our first run as the Deprived. And it was on Hellwalker 10, which is, a pretty tough difficulty, but someone mentioned this in the comments, and I kind of agree with them. I think around this Hellwalker 10 to 15 range is the real sweet spot for the game. When you get experience in it, it's a really good, fun difficulty. You get punished for making mistakes. But if you generally play well, you'll be rewarded. Unlike later difficulties where just general enemies start one-shotting you. This run, we are going to play as the Slave, who is the last character, ironically, we've not won as, and they're basically what used to be just the main character, the default character. There are some small changes, you don't start with Kick as the Slave anymore. I say anymore. Unlike the base character build, which had Wind Up and Slam in it. But it's still, it's okay. I was going to say solid, but it's definitely in the lower 50 percentile of the classes you can pick. The strikes and the guards are just basic strikes, basic guards. No bells and whistles. The effect is pretty minor, gaining 4 health at the start of each fight. But I do like Slam, I do like Wind Up, so it's not terrible. The other thing I'm going to potentially try and do for this run is that a commenter was asking about why I don't often do runs with spares. And I kind of explained to him that every spare right now has a heavy moniker associated with it, which means you have to kind of build around the status effect build, which is not a strong build right now. And that's kind of the reason why I don't take them. So I kind of want to force towards a spare build if I can. The big note on that being if. And I'm going to just say that looking at things we've got right now, it's not great for the spare build because there's no spares. What I would say though is the Greatsword isn't a bad heavy weapon to go with. I've also had actually things saying can you try and do a rapier build at some point with pace? Possibly, but I've mentioned this time and time again, I think pace is fairly weak. As in, I actually think it's detrimental to have pace on your weapon. So, I don't think I'm going to do it with this build. I might actually re-roll everything here. There's nothing that super appeals to me. Greatsword is okay. Yeah, I'm going to re-roll this. Okay, there's stuff here I like now. Black Bow. Automatically reload if damage is dealt, draw a card. That's on the power move. That's pretty good. Decent power move. You get 2 powers for it. And I do like early game bows. Bear Charm, meaning I can no longer gain block, basically means half the cards in my deck are pointless. But I don't really rate block that highly anyway. Vampire Bracer for more heals could be fun. Okay, let's do it. Give me Bear Charm, give me Black Bow as my base starting weapon. I'll take a Fireball. And I think I think Fortune Bracer might be slightly better than Vampire Bracer, but it's actually pretty close. Only because I don't really have any great discounts right now, but in the end game we might have some really good discounts. So Vampire Bracer is better now, but Fortune Bracer will be better later. Since we've typically got to the last floor, I'll take the Fortune Bracer. I do think, and I keep talking about this guide, that one day I'll write fully. I do actually have notes and stuff on some of the cards and how I rate some of them, but not all of them. I think one of the big aspects of having a good run is this early mystery shop, and I think I should honestly use the restock more to be optimal, and you grab one of the better charms. I think the charm is one of the things that starts you off on the right note. I will admit the bow build is one of the few ones which I think having 3 mana is not a huge hindrance on, but typically you want to get 4 mana as soon as you can. So it's very rare for me not to grab a charm. And typically when I don't, we lose. Alright, hello Mr. Stab Beast. Let's dance away. We hit the fireball first with the discount, and that is phenomenally lucky. And you're dead. You just don't know it yet. Nope, you do know it. I forgot the flaming tile puts another burn on you. Payback's interesting. Payback is interesting. If I wanted to force a status effect build, we'd grab Lash out though. But I don't have anything that enables it right now. Payback, I don't have a way of taking damage that easily, other than the fact the Fireball can burn the map up. Empty Mind is probably the best card here, but it's not super good early on. I think I will still grab it though, just in case I do go towards this spear build instead of Nitrine 4s. It's decent for the spear build. Anyway, that's one of my rests open. Unfortunately, there's a rest in front of a rest. Unlucky. But we should be fine. We're experienced warriors now, especially on this first floor. The Meditates are also in pretty bad places. I think I'll just take an event. Do I want to upgrade all my strikes or all my guards? Well, my guards do nothing, so I'll upgrade all my strikes, please. I could have also upgraded a random card, but I'm not super sold on that one. Sorry, we have 2 muscle pains now, is that correct? Yes. The reason I said the random card, the most likely random card we're going to hit is Strike. The second most we're going to hit is Guard. And 1 strike versus all the strikes, obviously is not a great deal. Hitting the guard is just bad for me. And then the only card that I would have really liked to hit, I think, of the upgrade would be Wind Up. Possibly Empty Mind. Wind Up and Fireball would have been both acceptable. Slam does get discounted, that would have been fine, but it's a single-use card, so... A 1-mana discount on a single-use card, not great. A 1-mana discount on a card that we can use multiple times, pretty good. Alright, we've had our guard discounted, that's unfortunate, we can't do anything with it. But fortunately, we're still fairly strong. Upgraded strikes early on, very nice. If you said like, oh, I'm going to give you 4 strength permanently for like the first floor, you take that. I know it's not quite that, but most of the attacks we're going to be doing, at least for now, will be strikes, so it kind of equates. The other thing we're going to want to do this fight in particular, please, is get rid of the muscle pains as soon as I can. So I will probably just dance around a little bit. No, we're fine. I'll probably dance around a little bit at the end of this fight, just, you know, padding the time, so to speak, until I can get rid of the muscle pain. So prepare for a little bit of a tedious battle. You know what? I'll pay 4 mana to do it this turn. I have a throwable, so I'm not too sad about this. I was hoping not to draw the other muscle pain now. It can't be helped. I'll shoot you, I'll reload, and I won't shoot you again. Right, when the other muscle pain comes through, we're good. Let's slam away to create some space. Dance a little bit more. And there's the muscle pain. Perfect. So we've basically upgraded all our strikes for no downside. I can live with that. Parry's pretty good with Fortune Bracer. Obviously, I can't fully build my run off this Fortune Bracer. It's only a single card that gets reduced to 0. But it does mean I can grab a few more expensive cards. That being said, I can't gain block. So parry would be pretty bad. I think I'm willing to grab a Crippling Trap for a bit of crowd control. It's pretty good with the bow build as well. And then I'm content to sell... Yeah, I thought they were the same. I'll sell the rock, and I'll take the Spear Potion. I don't like the Spear Potion, as I said. In case you're wondering why I don't like Pace in particular, because that's why I don't like the Spear Potion. It's because sometimes you do want to reduce an enemy's armor to 0 so that you break them so you get a turn stun. And there's a lot of enemies that actually reset up their block, so you basically get 2 free turns off the break. Pace means you can't get that break, so you kind of just have to machine gun them down. There are some builds, for example, the last one was pretty good with pace, but it's hard to set that up early, I guess is the problem with it. So, I will try, I think, at some point to force a pace build, but I think I'll use a specific class, for example, the bleed one. Is that is it the bandit? I can't remember if it's the bandit or not. Because in theory, bleed plus pace is a little bit of a synergy. Because you want to do unblocked damage, and pace is unblocked damage. Anyway, I think now I'm going to take a rest to train. And it's what do I want? Honestly, grabbing Empty Mind Plus would not be the absolute worst thing to do right now. Just because I could start removing all my defense. I think it's a little bit too early for it though, so I'm not going to focus on that. Crippling Trap getting discounted is pretty good, because I can use it multiple times. Same with Wind Up. Fireball is more damage and more burn, but we're not really on a burn build. I actually mainly grab Fireball for AoE damage when I don't think I'm going to have it, and knockback. I see it kind of as more of a defensive tool than an offensive one. Unless I have the burn build. I think I'll pick up Wind Up Plus. This used to be my go-to first upgrade. I still think it's really good, but I don't overvalue it anymore in my opinion. There are definitely better upgrades than Wind Up. Right, we have a Strike discounted. I can live with that. And then turn. I really need to remember about the power on this as well. Just to make sure I don't not use it. Okay, my prediction is you're going to come down here. And if you do, I'm going to explode you. Alright, goodbye. That's 33 damage, that's a break. 16 damage. We are actually just going to blow you up. Perfect. Weak is a status effect that I'm not super on board with. So reducing damage by 25% is so minor at the harder difficulties. Well, I say that. Weak is a really weird status effect because at the truly hard difficulties, 25% reduction in damage is obviously... You get more bang for your buck because it's a percentage when an enemy's doing more damage to you. So in theory, weakness is worse earlier in the game. But equally, at the very early points of the game, you can put up, like, enough block to account for weakness. I know I can't put up block right now, which is why I'm not going to take it. And then in the mid-game, like, you get a bit of both. Like, they're doing too much damage that you can't block all the attack damage even though they have weakness on it. So it's like, it kind of needs another effect. There are a few cards, and I've said this about Deathmark as well, which I think could do with a little bit more support, and weakness is one of them. If you wanted to truly, you know, use it. The alternative is like weak scales with itself, like it's 25% plus 5% for every other weak stack on it, for example. That could be something pretty interesting as well. Either way, I'm skipping this because I can't gain block anyway, so Boarding Flames is pointless. Standing Ground is pointless, and I think Blind is bad. And especially since I've upgraded my strikes now, it's not even a better strike, it's worse. Shield Potion doesn't work for me anymore. I'll take a Rusty Longsword, just in case I need AoE damage, and I am going up against El Spidre Queenio. I don't know what Queen is. I don't think Spidre is spider either in Spanish, but I don't know what the Spider Queen would be in Spanish. But we are rewarded for doing AoE damage. So I'd like to have the option. I think I'm just going to burn a shop here, sadly. Actually, no, I'll fight an elite. Okay, this is good. The Ripper Bros would have scared me a little bit. I think this one gives me the most reward, eventually. Okay, can I get to 60 damage? I don't think I can. Alright, let's... You know what? Let's try the piercing potion. Just to prove a point. I also think the crippling trap is not good enough for this battle in particular. So I will sack it. So we're getting 37 damage under the armor. And then I drew a guard. That was always going to be the sad time. If I can draw another strike or two, we can get a kill. So that is one of the few examples I'm going to say that the Pierce Potion actually helped me. Huh. That's a pretty smart move, honestly, guy. It looks like I'm in checkmate. I'm not, but it's going to be a slightly annoying turn. I use a throwable to break that, reload, wind up, and now I can't do anything. I reminded myself he's still attacking right now, so don't be fooled. Ooh, do I want to fireball this guy? Probably not. I think strike is better. Right, he wants to pew me again. Unfortunate for him, I have lethal. Listen, I take Arsenal a lot. It's a good card. I'm going to not take Arsenal, I think. I really rate it. It kind of means you're going towards a combo type build. I think the combo build is one of the strongest builds. The other looker here is Brand. I do really like Brand because that then leads towards, you know, the fire build. And I think the fire build is the best build in the game. But I'm going to pick what I think might actually be the middle card from all of these. It might even be the second worst. This is kind of an interesting selection of cards. I don't think any of these are bad. I think they're all usable. I'm going to grab Fast Metabolism because, as I said, I want to try and force this type of spear build just to show that, you know, you can potentially win with it. Or just try and show some upsides to the spear build because I take them so infrequently. And it was requested, so... I don't think either the status effect build is too bad with a two-handed bow. I think I could hold both of them and feel fairly happy about things. Now, I do need, you know, a good spear to show up, or at least a spear to show up, please. Oh, god damn it. Okay, we do combat here. I was going to say, hopefully we hit a guard, but Sailor V hits a strike. It's pretty painful, honestly. I think the correct play would have been to remove Fast Metabolism there, by the way. But I won't. We'll stick with this for now. Ooh, this is a scary little fight. Oh, Fast Metabolism was discounted. That's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, you stop doing what you were planning on doing. I also want you to do what you were planning on doing. I'll reload. I can't really interrupt the other Boom Toad anymore. Or Acid Toad, sorry. Hit the crippling trap. God damn it. Okay, this guy is going to move towards me to try and hit me. This is my prediction right now. I should have moved first. I've misplayed this turn. I think the Acid Toad is going to hit me guaranteed now. I was trying to trap him inside the blast as well. But I beansed it. I slightly beansed it. Yeah, I can't get out of this anymore. He also didn't go the direction. No, I can't get out of it. The one card that lets me get out of it, I didn't even consider it. Nice. Throw a trap here. Let's get this guy off the map because he's a monster. Shoot you, and then wind up. Move here, let's start killing this guy because he's the biggest threat on the board. He will die, I think, now before he can attack me. Yep, he's dead. The guard is irrelevant, you can just go and do your own thing. Wind up. Get rid of the guard. Kill. Reload. And finally, fireball, strike, reload, strike, and we've got lethal. Pretty lucky that fight. I misplayed it, definitely. The best defense is not usable for this build, because I can't gain any defense. So I shouldn't take it. I think 2 winds-ups are too much. Kick, I think, is acceptable. I rate a weakening blowgun over the rusty longsword now that I have the longsword. So I'll take that. And don't tell me I don't try. Let me go for items. The game is just not going to give me a fucking spear, is it? Nope, it doesn't want me to have a spear. Alright. In which case, I'm going to stick a power move on my black bow. What is the lesson of this episode so far? The lesson is forcing builds in games is not the way to play, especially this type of game. You kind of have to just go with the, you know, the roles the game gives you. Alright, let's... Give me another strike. Thank you. Reload. Damn you! God damn it. Right, let's just throw a trap there then. Alright, that works for me too. Move, fast metabolism, kick her into the trap. You can just get fireballed. Yeah, no, prideless scum, I asked for it, I did. Mainly because I'm just going to start beating you down from here. Alright. Bang. 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 And you know what? I don't need slam anymore. I'll get rid of it. Okay, he's finally coming. Oh no, what will I ever do? I'll just set you on fire again. Break him. Wind up. Strike. Reload. Alright, he wants to put up a guard again. I can't interrupt this unless I pin him against the wall, which I can't do, sadly. So, I'll move here. Shoot him. Shoot him. And you know what? Let's do that as well. Just because now he will burn to death. Pick up a rock. Throw a fireball at him. He's giga dead. And we can sell the rock for money. I mean... Flaming weapons does take me towards this burn type build. Have I ever done like a status effect burn build? I don't think I have. I mean, it's really, the answer is like the status effect build just doesn't seem to be happening right now. Although I tell you what, ground slam would be pretty good for that. It's just I can't ever power ground slam, which is the shame. It's a little bit of an expensive power to have at this point in the game as well, flaming weapons. With fast metabolism, it's going to be hard to play them. Yeah, I'm going to take Ground Slam. It's just more fun. Simply put, it's more fun. I'll also sell the Strike Shield because it's worth more to sell and this is worth more to throw. Then I'm going to start removing cards. We will forget the guards. Take another fight. These are the other enemies, by the way, that Pace is very good against. But so is Knockback, so I can live with either. Speaking of which, move, kick, fireball pushes. Is this innate, by the way? No, I just happen to have drawn it 2 times now and had it discounted. That's pretty good. I might as well shoot you as well, even though it's irrelevant. You're going to burn to death before anything else happens. You kill your dog friend. Now all you do is move and you'll kill this guy as well. Do I have an out if I do that? Yes. If it goes completely wrong, I have an out. Don't need it. Although, equally, why wouldn't I take it? Good point. And I think I'll do it this way. You're going to charge into this guy, push him, he's going to get toppled over and take damage. Other guy died to burn, and now I just need to do 36 damage. Which we should be able to do with what I've got in my hand. Nice, easy little fight. Just manipulating the enemies to what I desired. Okay, simply put, we're approaching Firebill territory. I have to... Okay, here's a spare. I had to take an option. You know what? We'll take you, spare. Against my better judgment, I'll sell the Weakening Blowgun. The problem... Alright, you know what? Fuck it. To the person who said I was going to force a spare build, apologies. This spare's not good enough right now. Also, I did mention the main reason to use a spare is if you don't have any other ranged weapon. I have the Black Bow right now, which is good enough. So I really wouldn't ever have a situation where I'd want to use a spare. Other than the small situation where 2 enemies are in a line next to one another, then I might want to do it. It's also not a good spare. If a good spare shows up, I'll pivot. But that is a basic bitch spare, honestly. Right, we're going to forget more guards because they are worthless. I think at the shop this time we should go for a card because I'm not feeling particularly happy about my deck. I'd also say I'm not feeling particularly happy about any of these cards that have been offered. I think it's better to remove another guard for me. And I think we could lose this. This could be a spicy little situation I've got myself into. What is the one card I would like to upgrade right now? Honestly, give me Ground Slam. The AoE Ground Slam is very nice. I can't ever power it up right now with the charm I've got. It's still just a better option though. Okay. Okay. How are we gonna solve a problem like Alina? If I kick you into the Spider Queen, I can deal with this attack and interrupt it. That's pretty good. And then I can murder the other Spiderling. I could also go off the bow right now. I think it is time to just go away from the bow and just start smacking. Ground Slam being discounted as well is phenomenal. Very happy with that. I'd say it's phenomenal. Is it? I was already getting it for free, basically. Depending on how you look at it, that might be a sidestep, honestly. Alright, strike, strike. Now I can sit on top of you. Oh, I gotta break the trap. I'm dumb. Whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. Let's play the fast metabolism. There is a slight temptation. I might even do this. Just to sack every single strike I've got in my hand right now. And then go pure burn. And just keep putting burn on every single turn. I'm going to do it. Do I need to slam either? I don't think I do. I think I can get rid of all of these cards. This is bold. I'll give you that. Okay, they're massive, so I can't. No, I can. Move here, wind up Fireball. Fire Surge. If I ground slam... Oh, I can't ground slam there. I'm not ground slamming Honor. That's stupid. There's a 50-50 chance she hits me, which is not a great deal. Now I'll jump on her. Okay, didn't work out, but if she got pushed into the 2 tiles below me, there was a 33% chance she'd lose some eggs. And that's a deal I can live with. I'll throw a trap here, play a fatigue, hit you, kick you, play another fatigue. I take a burn damage, but I don't really care. Right, she's trying to bite me. I don't really care. Am I just going to set the entire arena on fire? Yeah, probably. Let's do that then. So I retain my trap, not that it really matters. More burn. Interesting play. Right, more egg spawning shenanigans. Again, I'm pretty content to do this. That's the one direction I didn't want you to go in. Oh well. We're going to probably take 20 damage here. It is what it is. I'll kill one of your little friends. I'll kick you. I still think we're completely fine. Alright, 27 damage now. Okay, I have to play. Move here. Ground slam here. This will push you into the Spider Queen and kill her. Then, do I throw a kick in here? Yeah. I hurl a weapon. I kick you, which kills you. Then I can throw a fireball at you. I should have wound that up or whatever. I'll wind up at the end of the turn. 19 burn stacks. Right, let's dance over here this time. Throw another fireball. Goodbye, spiders. How do I like my spiders done? Flambéed, apparently. The Spider Queen is dead in a turn. She is giga dead now. You know what? Let's just land on her for fun. Hit you for 24. And kick the Spider Queen to death. Stomp that bug! These are all bad. Actually, no. One more trick is really good. Possibly one of the better cards in the game. No Pain, No Gain has its benefits. And if we do go towards a status effect build, I think actually No Pain, No Gain there does have a potential upside to it. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's pick cards I wouldn't normally take. Flaming Axe could also work potentially as a heavy weapon. And, I mean, listen. You have to. If I have Fire, Berserker Bracer is just so good. And that'll do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everything helps me out. And I'll see you on the next part. Goodbye.